Welcome to Math World.
Hello everybody. This video will be about solving multi-step equations. So we talked about equations in the last video, and we said that the equation is like a balanced scale. So if we make any changes on the first side of the equation, we need to do the same thing on the other side of the equation. So for example, here if we have this expression 3x plus 6 on the first side of the equation, and we have on the other side the expression of x minus 5, and we have an equal sign between them. This is an example of the equation. We have two types of equations based on the steps of solution. So the first type is for one-step equations. In one-step equation, we need only one step to solve the equation. But also we have multi-step equations. In multi-step equations, we need more than one step to solve the equation and to find the value of the variable. This video will be about multi-step equations. So for example, if we have 2x plus 4 equals 8, how can we solve this equation? To solve this equation, we need to find the value of the variable, and the variable here is x. To find the value of x, we need to collect x's together, or the variables, and keep them on the first side of the equation, and take the numbers or constants to the other side of the equation. So we need to keep 2x on the first side and take plus 4 to the other side, and we need to change the sign of 4. It will be negative. So we need to keep the variables or variable terms on the first side of the equation, and constant terms, put them on the other side of the equation. And the variable terms like x, y, z, 2m, negative g, and so on. And constant terms like 5, negative 2, 7, 6.5, negative 11, and so on. Let's take an example. Find the value of y in this equation. So this equation, 5y minus 3 equals 42. Again, what's the first step? You have 5 seconds to think about the first step. Okay, excellent. So the first step to solve this equation is to keep the variable term on the first side and take negative 3 to the other side of equation. And if we change the side of negative 3, it will be positive 3 or plus 3 on the other side of the equation. So the new equation will be 5y equals 42 plus 3. Then add 42 to 3, it will be 45. Next, we need to divide each side by 5 to remove the number that is beside y, to keep y alone. And the final answer will be y equals 45 divided by 5, or y equals 15. Another example. Find y in this equation. And the equation is 9y plus 6 equals 13 plus 2y. The first step is to keep the variables on the first side of the equation and constants on the other side of the equation. So change the sign of 6 to the other side and move 2y to the first side. So the first term will be 9y minus 2y equals 13 minus 6. Then the equation will be 7y equals 7. We need to subtract 2y from 9y and subtract 6 from 13. The last step is Yes, correct. The last step is to divide each term by 7 to keep y alone. Then y equals 1. This is the final answer. Let's take another example. Find m in this equation. The equation is minus 3m plus 1 equals 4 plus m. The first step is to change the side of 1, move it to the other side of the equation, and take m to the first side of the equation. Then we need to change the sign of the terms that we have transferred. So the equation will be minus 3m minus m equals 4 minus 1. Then minus 3m minus m will be minus 4m, or negative 4m, equals 4 minus 1 will be 3. And the last step, as we said, we need to divide by the coefficient of m, and it's negative 4. So divide each side of the equation by negative 4. Then the final answer is m equals negative 3 over 4. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.